Never let anybody see you sweat. So I was born in New York City, and I lived there until I was 8 years old. I realized that I was a much better talker than I was a listener. I don't know what to say, I just don't like what you're saying.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I ended up going to law school at Georgetown, and I was a prosecutor for Janet Reno. I loved it because it was so raw. Were you cheating on her?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All rise.
Our show will be a mixture of education, I think you're misreading the law a little bit, and entertainment. My main goal is justice and the law. That's been my legacy, and the legacy I hope to continue into the future with this show.
Belinda Samuels claims her ex moved out after he cheated, and she wants to be repaid for the bills she covered. Dion Irving says the plaintiff gave freely and didn't demand any money until he found someone new.
Okay, Ms. Samuels, you are suing your ex, Mr. Irving, for $10,000 in a breach of contract for all that you supported him in the time that you guys were together.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. How long did you two date?
We were dating for about 2.5 years.
Okay. Tell me about the supporting.
So I pretty much let him live with me for about 8 months into our relationship. And I paid for rent, I got his business started, I paid for the equipment, a cleaning service.
Okay, so my next question is going to be why?
That's a good question, honestly. Because I didn't really want him to have to worry about living expenses. So I didn't want to have...
Don't you have to worry about living expenses?
I do, but I also have a really good job to where like it doesn't affect me as much.
So he was struggling?
I would say he was struggling a little bit more than I was.
He was starting a business? And what was that business?
It was Next Level Fitness. It was a gym business.
Okay.
So I didn't want him to have to worry about rent or anything like that because equipment can be expensive. So can, you know, a good location for the gym. I told him that I would handle all of that for him, and I let him live in my
Meaning
spot.
handle the rent, meaning not charge him rent?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
And he said that he would pay me back once his business took off. And I was kind of expecting that. I didn't feel the need to have a written contract for it because he's my boyfriend, and I had that level of trust with him. But then he moved out without telling me.
You are the bread and butter of small claims.
You know, I think so too.
No, it's not a good thing. That was an insult, okay? This situation, girlfriend, boyfriend, loan, gift, is the bread and butter of small claims. It's ridiculous. You know, like if you really expect to get paid, how much were you going to get paid? How was he going to figure out the total? If you're not tallying anything, then how is he going to repay you exactly? Tell me.
I kept up with all of the things that I was paying for, so I had all of it written down, and I would want to talk to him about it. But
can I see what you wrote down?
Yeah, I have.
When did you write that down?
This
in
was,
preparation for court?
Yes, this was
right.
just...
This is a chart that you made in preparation for the judge to see. I want to see those handwritten notes in different pen colors where you were jotting stuff. How were you keeping track of stuff? Because you're suing for the statutory maximum, which it'd be quite a coincidence if it tallied up to that. So exactly how much do you think you fronted for him?
I would say I actually fronted more than what I'm asking for.
Okay. How much was rent? First, you were paying all the rent, and the
Yes.
rent was how much?
About $3,000.
Okay. And when you say I did that so he could start his business, how long were you doing that? A year and something until you guys broke up?
About a year, yes.
Yeah. At any point during that time, did you say, hey, your business needs to start paying me back, or you need to start paying me back?
I did, and he actually...
Wait, when did you ever say to him, you need to pay me back?
I would just tell him in casual conversation, but he also texted me that he couldn't wait to pay me back and he couldn't wait to give me the wire. And I have the text messages right here, too.
Let me see the text messages. Let me hear from you. What's going on here?
Well, I'm being sued here by my ex-girlfriend for $10,000.
Yeah, I know that part. I meant, what are you doing? Why is she your sugar mama?
No,
why aren't you paying your own way? All that. That's what I want to know.
Your Honor, I'm a small business guy. I want to do a personal training business. So I needed some help. I needed somebody who knew how to start up a business, who kind of just knew how to get things in order. I knew she was the one for me. I knew she could have been the one to help me, but also at the same time, in the conversations that I had with her, I don't know, she just activated something in me that just made me feel like her drive and her ambition, I don't know, I could
So
really
why
work
didn't you
with
pay her anything back?
I mean, I didn't have anything at the time, Your Honor. I was working on getting my business out there some more, and that's where her expertise came in on how to market yourself. Social media is not really my strong suit, so that's where she came in.
Okay, how did you two break up?
So we broke up because she kept accusing me of cheating.
Coming up on Justice for the People.
How does it happen that she finds out? Actually, let me ask you.
I actually saw a charge on our shared business account.
You would pay your expenses and his expenses, including his soiree in Vegas with some woman?
What? And no, I was paying for that.
And later,
My 15-year-old son was driving, figured it was just a couple of miles down the road.
That's usually the excuse a 15-year-old is giving the parents.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Belinda Samuels, who was fighting with Dion Irving over money she loaned him.
Were you cheating on her?
No, and not until I got to a point where our relationship had just kind of ran its course. And it just pushed me to a point where I was like, well, if she wants to accuse me of cheating so bad, then
Maybe I should cheat?
I guess so, yeah.
Really? That didn't just tell you maybe we shouldn't be together?
I don't know. I guess I was upset, Your Honor, and I was angry. I told her, you know what, I need to take a break. I need to go on a trip. I'm going to go visit my sister Desiree in Reno, and instead
But you didn't go to Reno.
No, I ended up in Las Vegas, Your Honor.
With who?
With a client of mine.
Sometimes when it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck,
It's a duck.
it's a duck. Go
Well,
ahead.
me and the client, we got close.
So you cheated on her, just like she said you were doing.
Yes.
Right. And then how does it happen that she finds out? Actually, let me ask you.
I actually saw a charge on our shared business account.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Your shared business account, what does that even mean?
I opened a business account in my name and I put him on it.
And then, so you would have your expenses, you would pay your expenses and his expenses, including his soiree in Vegas with some woman?
What? And no, I was paying for that.
Are you serious? That you couldn't even pay for your little cheating? You couldn't pay for your cheating.
Well, that's
you
what I
had
was
her
saying.
pay for your cheating.
It was easy to write off on the business card, Your Honor.
It's not enough that you cheat her, you gotta cheat Uncle Sam too.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't a business trip, was it?
No, Your Honor, it wasn't.
I don't get it. You tell me that she sparked this in you. You don't have to be with her the rest of your life. If it didn't work, it didn't work. If something, I mean, you're entitled to be happy, but couldn't you just be a man about it? And instead of taking off and making her pay for the hotel room where you shacked up with your client, just like she said you were doing, maybe you could pay for that yourself. You went to a hotel with a client behind her back and used her credit card because you could bury the charge, and somehow she wouldn't. She did. She found out. So you're not just a lousy boyfriend, you're also kind of stupid because she's gonna see a bill, and is it gonna say Reno?
No.
No, it's gonna say Vegas.
I-
So you confront him, and what happens?
I told him that I wanted to work on the relationship.
Oh, there
know.
just is no end to this. So you find out that he's sleeping around, and your response is to say, I want to work on the relationship. That's your response?
Yes, it shouldn't have been, Your Honor, but yes, it was.
You wanted to work on the relationship. What did he do?
He left
Oh,
the next day without telling me.
right. And you're angry he left
I was
because
very
you would have
upset.
continued to support him. I'm looking at you. You have everything going for you, including financial solvency. And what you decide to do is to pay someone to be your boyfriend. Do you really think that that's necessary for you? You can do better. But when the only document you can provide is what you prepared for court after he dumps you and cheats on you. Because I've got to decide, is this something she did as gifts to him because she's investing in the relationship? Or is this something where it's an actual loan that had to be paid back? Nothing would make me happier than to rule in your favor and make him pay you back. But I've got a little thing handcuffing me called the law. So now you're gonna have to prove to me why it is that these are loans and not, I love him, let me support him more and more and more. You said that there were texts. You handed me the text. Let's look at the text that I'm looking at. Baby, I can't wait to take care of you the way you be taking care of me. Aw, babe. A month later, baby, just know I truly appreciate you and I want to give you the world. Thank you, babe. Baby, I don't know what I'd do without you. Thank you for everything. I owe you so much. Just know I got you. That's the closest thing you got here. Baby, I don't know what I'd do without you. Thank you for everything. I owe you so much. Just know I got you. Thanks, babe.
I took it as a, once his business got on its way.
No, what you took it as, I want him to be successful. He's not successful enough for me right now, but I want him to be successful because I want to be with a successful person. So I've got extra cash, so this is where I want to spend it. And then it didn't work out. Then he was a cheater and a moocher. Not just a moocher, but a cheater. And that does not a loan debt make. And there are situations where girlfriends will loan boyfriends money, and it's not that you have to, have a written contract, although that's what I would prefer. And that's what I've been saying for 25 years on national television. So if you'd watched it, you wouldn't be in this pickle, okay? It's that anything, texts like, all right, we're up to 15,000 now. All right, we're up to 8,000, something, anything, any evidence of you owe me and this is what you owe me. I would say that you were gambling. He was gambling nothing. He goes to Vegas and pays with your credit card. It's a very expensive lesson, but it's your lesson to learn. I do not find that these are loans, and I'm ruling with great disgust in favor of the defendant.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
I didn't want it to get to this point. I am sorry, Belinda, but, I hope that you can find somebody that can match your energy in the future.
Yeah, honestly, you could just go ahead and block my number on everything.
Coming up.
I looked left, I looked right, I was good. I came right over the thing. I see him, I slam on the brakes. I slammed as hard as I've ever slammed on the brakes.
You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. Sheila Chambers claims the defendant ran a stop sign and slammed into her car while her son was driving. Luke Langley says the plaintiff's 15-year-old came speeding out of nowhere and should not have been behind the wheel.
All right, Ms. Chambers,
Yes.
you are suing Mr. Langley for $2,275 in property damage to your car that you say was his fault, correct?
Yes.
All right, what happened?
Well, my 15-year-old son, Tyler, was driving. He has a permit. I had sent him out for some essential groceries. Now, I realize that was my mistake.
You think?
I normally drive with him.
Yeah.
But I had just taken a fall at work. I'm a preschool teacher. I had tripped over a toy, and I figured it was just a couple of miles down the road.
That's usually the excuse a 15-year-old is giving the parent.
I know.
It's not what the parent says to excuse what she authorized her 15-year-old. Front and center. Come on, stand up right there. How often did your mother send you on trips like this?
This was the only time.
Oh, wouldn't you know it? Tyler, is it?
Yes.
What happened?
So I was driving straight shot down the road, completely open rural area, and I saw a car coming, but he had a stop sign, and I didn't, so I had the right of way. And he barreled through the stop sign, hitting the back right side of the car.
Were you hurt?
No.
Was he hurt?
No.
Did you run a stop sign?
I may have rolled it a little.
What's
but
rolled it a little? You had a car accident.
I looked left, I looked right. He must have been going somewhere between greased and lightning to get there that fast up on me.
Really?
Yes,
Because you're the guy
really.
who's supposed to stop at the stop sign.
I mostly stopped.
Coming up.
He was going so fast he could almost clear.
Either that or because he had the right of way.
Right.
Right? Why are you rolling your eyes at me? You know I can see you, right?
You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Sheila Chambers, who blames Luke Langley for damage to her car.
So I came up, I looked left, I looked right, I was good. I had the sun in my eyes, but I looked good. I see him, I slam on the brakes. I slammed as hard as I've ever slammed on the brakes.
Where in the front of your car hit what part of his car?
The back right bumper on his.
Okay, which means he had almost cleared.
Yeah, he had almost cleared.
Right.
Because he was going so fast, he could almost clear.
Either that or because he had the right of way.
Right.
Right? Why are you rolling your eyes at me? You know I can see you, right?
Your
Listen,
Honor.
she shouldn't be having him drive. He shouldn't be driving. I get all that. And then I have your actual danger that you posed because you ran a stop sign.
No danger, he wasn't harmed.
Oh, but he could have been harmed. And the car was harmed to the tune of $2,275.
Which I dispute. I think that that is an absolutely ridiculous amount of money. This is a country road. People are running that fast all the time. I'm not surprised that he was.
You still have the
I'm
stop
sorry,
sign.
you don't have any evidence he was. How fast were you going?
25 miles per hour.
Right. You don't have, if anything, what the 15-year-old does is they drive too slowly, okay? But in any event, he doesn't have a stop sign, you do. He has the right of way, you don't. But your car should be completely stopped before it looks both ways. Not looking both ways before you get there, but I don't even think that you rolled. I think you just literally just didn't see the stop sign, because I don't see how the accident happens if you rolled.
Well, Your Honor, while we're talking about theories about what happened, the police didn't write this up at all. So it's just his word against mine as to what happened.
Judge Milian's verdict when justice for the people returns. You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian.
Your basic objection is he shouldn't be driving,
Yes.
right? And if he wasn't driving, this wouldn't have happened?
If he, obviously not, because I wouldn't have hit anyone.
Right, you would have just run the stop sign and not hit anybody.
It's a country road.
Right.
You don't hit anybody all the day.
It's a country road and what?
There's no one on this road.
And there we have it, don't we? Let me see the estimate for the repair. No, actually, I do want to see also the picture of the damage.
Yes.
Thank you. The estimate of the, go ahead, just give
Your
me
Honor,
that.
what about the picture of my damage?
Yes, I do want to see the picture of your damage. I do. Let's see the picture of his damage.
It's barely anything.
Hearsay.
Where is,
see
it's hard to tell in this picture, but right here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, exactly. It's a dent. It looks like it's part of the design of the car.
Well, this is fun. I find in favor of the plaintiff, I do not find that repair estimate is bogus or inflated or anything else. $2,275 verdict for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $2,275.
Any last remarks for each other?
I think she made the correct decision.
It's ridiculous. He shouldn't have even been driving.
Exit this way, please. Make sure you grab all of your belongings.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.